Hi, Charles Cannon, Certified Financial Planner here. I'm for the Lifetime Income for You channel. And today we're talking Debt Crisis 2023. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to your portfolio? Right now we're seeing the clash of politics versus common sense and economics because the debt ceiling has been raised something like 70 times over the last 90 years. So it's going to happen. But at what price, right? Because look back to 2013 when we were in a bull market after the 2008 mortgage crisis. We had this same type of debt ceiling debate. And what happened was the credit worthiness of the United States got downgraded by Standard and Poor's. And what did that do to the market? It plummeted. And it took 6 months, 8 months on the S&P, 6 months on the Dow for us to get back to where we were. Well, we've already had 6 months of basically going sideways. So basically, if you are fully invested right now, the last 6 months, your portfolio has gone up and down, but basically it's back to where it started. And that volatility goes against you because if you were making withdrawals at the point you were down, you were selling more shares than normal. And if you're not putting money back in when the market goes down, that's dollar cost averaging. You were reverse dollar cost averaging. That volatility goes against you in retirement. And so now we are faced with this same problem. Can the politicians monkey around with this long enough that it leads to another debt crisis where we are devalued and our grade is lowered? If so, that goes against us. But inflation goes against you also. Now I'm going to read this stat. I'm sorry, I don't have it memorized. But in the last 6 months, our debt service pricing has gone from 603 billion to 928. That's an increase of $325 billion that goes directly out of the national budget to pay debt due to a rise in interest rates. So Congress is really in dire straits here with a cash crunch. We're going to go over $1 trillion in annual debt service. That's more than we spend on defense, right? Where does that money come from? Well, the only things they can do is print money, which we're in tightening. They're not going to print money. They can lower their other spending, which we're not good at lowering spending, are we? And third, they can raise taxes. And so that's what's going to have to happen. And it doesn't do any good to raise taxes on the hundredaires. And the billionaires are pretty good at deflecting that from themselves. So it's you, the middle class millionaire, who's going to get their taxes raised just to pay debt service. Just to pay debt service. So if we pair that with getting downgraded on our credit rating and Congress not working together very well, I mean, it can be a pretty bleak few months here in front of us. So you must protect yourself, protect your portfolio from that. I'm Charles Cannon. I want you to remember that lifetime income for you is the most important part of your retirement. And I hope we see each other soon. Bye now.